Today we're going to do a review of a digital microscope that I got from Banggood, and we're going to take this thing apart and take a look inside. Hope you enjoy it. Let's check it out. I received this little microscope from Banggood.com to evaluate, so let's take a look at it. Oh wow, it's got a big screen. Much bigger than the other one that I had. Comes with an AC adapter and a stand. So let's put this together and we'll try it out, see how well it works. So the unit uses a standard 2 amp USB power supply, and it did ship with an adapter so that it'll work with North American plugs, as it is a universal adapter that'll work from 100 to 240 volts. 50 or 60 hertz output is 5 volts at 2 amps. So I've got the adapter here. Look at the base for it. One wants to be careful not to cross thread, otherwise you could have a problem. So carefully place the screw into the base, and then we can swivel up the microscope stand. There's an adjustment screw on the back to hold the unit in place, and we can tighten down the lock screw on the base. The microscope itself just slips into, and it also supports a micro SD card, so you can record, and micro USB in for your power. So we'll do some recording. We'll record some of the pictures that this thing takes. So let's just put the unit into the base, and with the adjustment here we can go right down very close to the base, almost down to the surface actually. So let's we'll look at some small electronic components and see how well this unit works, and then we'll try some recordings on this. So the first thing I'm going to look at is a video head, and we can lower this down and get it even closer for a closer view. Bring it really down close so we can examine, and I'm going to focus it here momentarily. It's going to lock off the screw on the back here, and we can adjust the focus and look at the actual head chip of a video head. Isn't that cool? I'm going to actually get an SD card, and we'll plug an SD card into here, and we'll make some recordings directly on to the card so we can punch it in and look at it. But that's pretty amazing. It's pretty clear actually, and I haven't even tried setting this thing up. So I think if I go into the menu on here, and resolution is 1080 FO high definition. Looks like it can do, it looks like it's probably just a dash cam with a microscope lens on it, because it'll do cyclic recording, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So that almost looks like a dash cam. So that actually looks pretty good, even on the screen here. And I know for you guys looking at it, the camera is at a different angle, so you're not seeing the same thing I'm seeing. But I am going to make a recording on this. But this is actually very clear. I can see a little bit of dust right there. I just moved. Look at that. You can see all the machining marks. We'll look at other stuff other than a video head. I just thought this would be kind of cool to look at a video head first. One thing I will say about this and anything that uses micro SD cards, and that includes every dash camera on the market, I hate them, because they have a spring in there that's strong enough to if when you're removing a micro SD card or even inserting it, if it slips, you gotta use your fingernail to push the memory card in, and if it slips, you're going to be spending a while looking for your memory card, because it'll fire it across the room. And it did it here. When I first tried to load the memory card, it slipped, and the thing shot the memory card across the room and hit the door, and I had to go find it on the floor. It shot the memory card about 15 feet through the air. I hate all these devices that use SD cards. It doesn't matter what it is. seems, or micro SD, seems like everything that uses a micro SD card uses the strongest little spring that they can find. And I don't know, maybe it's they're trying to, you know, they're trying to shoot that memory card as far as they can so you lose it, but it drives me crazy. I've done that in my car a couple times when I've went to get the memory card out to review some dash cam footage, and memory card shot across the car and dropped in on the floor, and spent some time looking for it. So let's go over the specs of this portable LCD microscope. So here's the features. It has a 12 megapixel camera. It has a 7-inch HD display, 1 to 1200 times continuous magnification, and you can be anywhere from 10 millimeters to infinity. Different distances correspond to different multiples because you just move the thing up to zoom it back. It says built a plug-in or built-in ultra-lithium battery, operates in 16 languages: English, Spanish, Russian, Korean, Japanese, Thai, Hebrew, Portugal, German, French, Italy, Turkey, Czechs, Poland, traditional Chinese, and simplified Chinese. So it's got a bunch of languages. And here's the improvements over the first generation, because this is also a Mustool like the other one. It's a vertical microscope, or say vertical microscopes have a distinct drawback because when they're using applications such as solder and PCB or model designation, some tiny chips and metals, it's easy to lose sight of the detail due to reflection. So this one here, you can adjust the angle, so it doesn't have to be vertical. You can adjust this so that it's looking at an angle so that you get rid of the reflection from the lights. You can tip it even more forward, and you can bring it up and down, and you've got your focus adjustment. So I'm just focusing on the screen right now, and it has a 4x digital zoom as well, so you can zoom in 4 times. And that's just looking at a video head. Now I have the microscope up about as high as it can go, so this gives the magnification at this distance. I can lower this down much lower to get it much closer. If I lower it down, of course, that will zoom it in, and then I can refocus on the subject. I'm going to make some recordings on the internal SD card. Okay, what we're looking at here is we're looking at a video head, and I'm recording it on the microscope itself so we can actually examine this, and I'll put this video on. As you can see, it looks like there's some deposits forming around the coils on this video head if we examine it. So this is one of the heads. This is a 2 head. I guess this is 2 heads. So there's 2 gaps. So there are the 2 heads there. So that's actually the gap between the 2 heads. So you've got an SP head and an EP head. I don't know which one's which, but those are the actual heads themselves, and the gap is right there. You can see those are the gaps, and one of them's actually filled with glue. You can see it. Now if I want, I can bring this actually in even closer. I think I can get a little closer than this by just lowering down the table. I think, oh, that might be the extreme. I guess that's the extreme that I'm in focus there. So if we want to go in closer than this, I have to use the digital zoom. If I press the up and down keys, I can zoom in even closer. So this is a 4x digital zoom. So we can actually look at the actual head gap itself, which is right here. It should be noted that the digital zoom only affects the local display. It does not record it in digital zoom. And if we go over to one of the audio heads, which is over here, there's the gap on an audio head. if I zoom it back out, and we'll look at a few other things. I'll look at the circuit board here in a minute, and we'll also look at, well, let's look at a diamond stylus right now. So now we're going to look at a diamond stylus, and we'll focus in on it. Now this is looking at it from directly overhead. Oh, I gotta tighten this down because this thing's turning a bit. So this is actually looking at the stylus straight down. So we want to examine it. I'll go into record. And there we go. Now we're recording. If I want to look at it from a different angle, I can always push the microscope back a bit, and we can look at it from a different angle. So here's looking at the stylus from the side. You can see this one's in good shape. You can actually see all the dirt on there. This one looks to be in relatively good shape. Don't see any wear on there. That's a good diamond stylus. Let's take a look at some circuit boards, and then we're going to tear this thing apart. Here I can examine some circuit boards. Now I know I'm going to get the critics here saying it's not a real microscope. Hey, this is the hobby microscope, okay? It's not no $10,000 scope that an electrical engineer would use for developing chips and inspecting chips. This is a hobby level unit. But for what it costs, I think it's got a damn good picture on it. If I want a wider shot, I just raise the scope up a bit and then refocus. Recording format is 1920 by 1080 at 25 frames per second, and it encodes at 15 megabits. So the picture quality is actually pretty good. So I think now that we've seen how it looks on the outside and what type of pictures it produces, let's take it apart and take a look at it on the inside. So we'll remove the screws from the back, and then the unit will just open up. The front will pop off of it. So the unit just pops apart. As you can see, there's a nice large screen there. It's connected by a ribbon flexible cable that connects it down to the main board. There's the main camera board itself, or the main processing board. The camera is on a long flexible cable. It's got a lithium-ion battery. We're going to pull the battery out of here and momentarily check out the capacity of the battery. If we notice the date of production, it was September 26th, 2019. So this is a nice, fresh, new product. And it has a relatively large lithium polymer battery, and it's stuck down to the inside with double-sided tape. So I'm just going to move the lens out of the way so that I can pop the battery out and we can have a look at it. So as you can see, it's a 3.7 volt 3000 milliamp hour lithium polymer battery. Wasn't going to tear this down anymore, and this was wanted to get a look inside it. So let's put the back on it now, and we'll get it all reassembled. Anyway, that's a look at this little digital microscope for hobbyists, and might help you see some really small things. And you know what they're good for? Getting part numbers off of really small parts. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed a look inside it. Thanks for watching.